Y'all know what it is, the real two-tet, all praise to God for everything. I mean, every single thing. And I'm here with my brother Marathon Manny, and tonight we have a special guest with us tonight. He goes by the name of Billy O. Before we start, we do a mental health check-in. How you feeling mentally,
I
bro?
feel wonderful. It's Friday. Just got off work not too long ago. I'm chilling for real.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. How about yourself, Marathon?
Hey, I'm good, bro. Happy as hell right now to have my brother right here, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
For sure,
What's
man.
up with you?
Everything is good. Like I always say, I know I sound like a broken record. Every day I put my 2 feet on the ground is a win,
It's a
man.
win.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, there you go.
Every time I put my 2 feet on the ground,
It's
it's
a
a
win,
win.
it's a
I'm about
win.
to come up with some new shit
Yeah,
for you. Watch
okay,
it. I got
yeah.
a couple joints in the cut.
Okay. I'm waiting to hear from him. And so look, so Billy O, take us back to the beginning. Where you from, man?
I'm from DC for real. I grew up around Columbia Heights, but by the 3rd grade, I started coming around 17th Street, going down Reed every day, chilling on the corner with everybody. RP the dead homies that was on the corner with us. But yeah, I came up here about the 3rd grade, and ever since then, I've been stuck to 17th Street.
So how was life for you growing up? Did you grow up in a 2-parent household?
Nah, I grew up with my mother, my brother, and my sister.
Okay. What was Pops at?
Possible with his wife. He had a wife that he ended up getting married to. So he wasn't really around. It didn't really matter because Mom Dukes held it down for real.
No question. And so, I'm black. My 2 brothers are Spanish. So let me say this, because you got to think about it, bro. Black people and Spanish people are the same damn people, bro. We just a different color,
Yeah,
bro.
sometimes we come up with 2 parents, sometimes we come up with 1, but it'd be one of the same, for real.
And we come up in the trenches.
The facts, bro.
It'd
Facts.
be the same thing, whether they black, white, it's the same junk.
Grew up in
1
the
parent,
same
2
buildings.
parents, it definitely make a difference.
Facts.
Hey,
Definitely make a
I
difference.
want to bring something up real quick. I want you to give the people the origins of your nickname, man, because to me it's very, it's a very important thing right there.
Yeah,
Billy
yeah.
O.
Nah, so Billy come from people can't say my first name, which is Vigilio.
Okay.
So you got people who pronounce it with an F. You got people that pronounce it with B's, I guess. I don't know how, but they had the craziest. One day when Pun was asking everybody what my name was, because I guess they got tired of calling me Ashaw Man.
Yeah.
Ashaw Man. He got tired of saying that, so when he asked me for my real name, I was like, Vigilio. He said, what? I said, Vigilio. He said, who? Billy-O. Once he said that, I just left it like that.
It was
Never since-
over with.
Yeah.
Everybody start calling you Billy O.
Yeah,
I like
Billy O.
that. I love that, man.
Billy-O.
And I'm gonna say this, man. I see that you have a great loyalty to Manny, because off camera we talked about how, when he was locked up, you would take his son out, you and your girl take him out, do stuff with him. Where does that loyalty come from?
Man, first me and him used to be rivals for real in elementary school, but like
Suck ass used to bully me.
but as time went by, and I started coming around 17th Street more. Me and him started chilling more, so it was like not just in school. Me and him was kind of cool. We had our days where we beefed, but it was also days me and him was cool. But as time went by, we realized like, man, we friends. Like we realized friends, so we just built that relationship, and ever since then we've been rocking since.
No question. I remember you did some time in jail. Like, talk about your upbringing in the sense of like, what gravitated you towards the streets? Was it like always around you, or just like I gotta get it on my own, man? I'm young, I need some cheese.
For real, I basically grew up in it for real. Like people that know me from back in the day know where I lived at, around Columbia Heights.
Right.
So they already know it's already like a drug infested, place. Growing up, that's what it was, And then back in the day, it was different for me. I ain't really know a lot. So like when people was mentioning probably this drug, this gun, or this and that, I ain't know, but I seen it. Or
You was exposed to
I
it.
exposed to it at a young age.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I go outside, it would just be right there. It was always just right there. But not like right in front of me. Like I had friends that was shielding me away from that. They would be like, bro, go inside with my little brother. And I'd be in there playing the Nintendo 64, whatever. Because my friends had the Nintendo 64 first. That would make me want to get one. That's all I used to do was playing the game. But as time went by, I started being outside more. And then, long story short, I was in the streets.
Hey, so look, growing up, bruh, you was bad as shit. You had like now that we're those and I like look back at it, you had behavioral issues, right? Like I want to think about it. Like what you think led to that? Like what you think made you have those behavioral issues, like getting suspended from school, doing bad shit, just turned the fuck up as a little kid. Why you think you was that way?
I don't know. I guess because when I won at school, I was bad. When I won in school, I was just bad in general. So when I went to school, same way I was on the street with people, I was carrying it to school. I mean,
You ain't changed at all.
and then you
You're on a whole nother level.
If I fight on the street because somebody playing with me, I'm gonna fight you in school for playing. Then back in the day used to be that your mother jump. That was the most disrespectful one. So whenever me and somebody argue in school and they felt like they had some animosity, I was always ready to fight. I ain't got time to be lip boxing with nobody. I was always ready to fight. People always used to say I was a bully, but for real, I feel like I just didn't take none of that. Like sometimes I'll be playing. They'll take it a little serious and try to get back at me on some serious note, and then when I come back to it, we just end up fighting.
See, man, so me, I should have, because you call those people shit stars. Did you look for stuff like that? Because you knew you could fight, you knew you was big, you knew you was tall, you know what I'm saying? Did you, like, go ahead, you know what, man, today, man, I'm having a bad day, I'm going to take this shot on somebody. Was that ever in your mind?
Nah, I ain't never really, not that, that was never the jump. It was just, most of the time, I just picking on people sometimes. You know, just make a little laugh, like a little job. Like, you can say I was a class clown for real. I was always looking to make somebody laugh, make the class laugh and all that. So whenever I did something, they'll laugh. It's just that the person I was doing to ain't like it.
For sure.
But everybody, I was always the same with everybody. I clown on Manny, I can clown on that person, I clown on this person, but it was always be the same. I ain't got no picks. I was even disrespectful to the teachers. The teachers at one point used to be like, boy, there's no way you coming into school like that.
Never changed.
Ain't never changed.
Yeah. So look, I'm gonna go back to, let me talk about y'all culture for a minute, because you know I grew up around y'all, 17th Street, we got cultures, races, everybody. So the culture, man, talk about the differences between the black and the Spanish culture. Let's go to both of y'all. Let's start with Billy O first.
Let me see. What's one thing that's different? Man, I kind of feel like it's all the same for real. Like, only thing that's different is the food. Yeah. That's it. Y'all eat the fried chicken. We like the, like, not to really fry. Like, my mother like to kind of like, what I want to say, she likes to kind of like bake the chicken or steam it type of jump. But other than that,
on the grill and stuff like that.
yeah, like on the grill, we don't really have too much like fried chicken unless we go to Popeyes.
Boil the chicken,
Yeah,
right?
we boil it. Yeah, and then my mother used to like, and then like us, we don't really do like chicken noodle soup like regular soup. We do like, the sopa de res, the little meat, the meat soup with the vegetables in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man, them ass whoopings was the same.
Yeah.
You was getting whipped by whatever your mother had right there.
Everything.
Man, my mother used to always beat us with like brooms and like slippers that would just get us on our knees. I don't know if y'all do that.
Yeah.
It's just one little punishment where your mother tell you get down on your knees and whenever she ready to tell you get up.
So we had to sit in the corner, man. We had to go stand in the corner, time out jump. You know what I'm saying? Go sit in the corner.
That's what our time I was, but we ain't looking at no wall standing up. You'll be on your knees. You'll be on your knees. So there's been times where you'll get up and you'll literally, how you've been on the floor so long.
Yeah, you get them little jumps on your knees. Yep, for sure.
And they'll whoop you. If you ain't listening, they'll they'll whoop you more if you start crying. If you start crying before they whoop you, you're gonna get whooped more because they're gonna be like, I ain't give you nothing to cry about.
I'm telling you.
They're gonna tear that hind up.
Hey, it's funny. Now that you talk about like getting whooped and stuff, like my older siblings, I kind of had it easy, right, growing up. But my older siblings, man, they tell me the stories, man. When they know they about to go get their ass whooped, they about to get that belt. Hey, they get to throwing on 2-3 pairs of jeans, full shirts, and some bullshit.
I used to hide up under the bed, depending on what my mother. If it was a belt, I'm diving up under the bed. I know she's not gonna reach up under there. I know she's not gonna go up under there.
To really back to the differences, right, with our cultures and stuff. I'm real into that because, like, through my experiences, I had to kind of like understand, like, man, we all the same, right?
For sure.
Because a lot of people didn't realize that, a lot of people will be ignorant to this, right? So, honestly, like, one of the difference, it's not even a difference, it's just, it's a difference. Let me say, like, our cultures, right? So African American culture, basically our origin here in this country has been, way longer, and the way that y'all came was from under different circumstances, right? And, us, the Hispanics, right? Our circumstances, like what led us to, we're just gonna keep it in the United States. What led us to the United States is different from what led African Americans to the United States, right?
Being brought over here.
Yeah, and so, me growing up and kind of like understanding like this, it's like a certain type of animosity there used to be, right? With like black people and Hispanic people. Like my father used to sit there and tell me stories like like you remember Malcolm X Park, right?
Of
You know, there'd be a lot of black people there back in the day. This back 70s, 80s, and
We
shit.
weren't
right?
even here.
Nah, we weren't even thought
No,
of.
I'm
But my
telling you.
father told me the stories. You know, when they just got here from El Salvador and stuff, and it's like it'd be this animosity, like just automatically they'll think like, you know, we the enemy, like we enemies and shit. But whole time we getting oppressed by the same
Facts.
the same race.
person. The
Yeah,
same
the
race.
white
That ain't-
people,
yeah, the
government
white
and
people.
shit,
Right.
right? So like that's one of the differences, the circumstances that led us to these countries. You know, y'all was here before, but we was in, you know, just down basically on the other side, down the border, on the other side of that border, right? But we have so much similarities, right? Like, you know, the only thing we can't say Hispanics, you know, was in slavery, but we've been oppressed year
Facts.
after year, generation after generation after generation. You know what I'm saying?
We definitely get the door shut in our face too. Our
Right,
race
shit.
definitely does too.
But one thing I say, my difference is this: like y'all be married more, y'all be in relationship more, y'all raise families more. We don't do that in our family, you know, in our community, you know, our culture. So let me ask you this: 'cause I know, you know, Father's Day is coming up. So you said your father really wasn't there. How's your relationship with your dad now?
Oh, that junk terrible. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't speak to him like that. Like he used to come see me when I was locked up.
Yeah.
But his whole purpose to come to see me was to kind of, I ain't gonna say brainwash me, but try to win my favor to come live with him.
Wow.
That was his whole joint. He was gonna come see me. He a Christian. I ain't got nothing against no religion. But you can't be trying to force me every time to be like, come on, let's go to church. Let's go to church. I need you here. And then the time I did try to go to church from, I try to wear some ripped pants. You know the little new style with
Yeah.
rips. I tried to wear some jeans like that. And right before we left, his wife and him was getting mad at me because I wanted to wear the ripped jeans. So I'm like, if I can't wear my ripped jeans, I ain't going there. So they like, nah, come on. Then when my father was getting mad because I ain't want to go, so he ends up like getting ready to leave. So his wife is like, come on, don't put them ripped pants because then they going to think bad about your father. So I'm in my head like, y'all supposed to be Christian, no matter
sure.
what.
Don't
No
judge
matter
me.
what. Yeah, that's your matter. Y'all supposed to take me in with open arms, right?
For sure.
God and Jesus and them take y'all with open arms.
For sure.
Why my jeans gonna stop that? So what? Just because I got ripped jeans, I can't come and try to get forgiveness for my sin. So for real, I just fell back, and then for he just always just been MIA. Like I ain't asking him to give me no bread. I don't need no money from him. I don't need nothing from him but time. That's it. You can come up. You can pull up here on the weekend. Holler at me. You got my number.
For sure.
You always. All his favorite line was, "They my kids. They gotta call me." It ain't like that. You getting older now. You gonna be the first to die before me.
For sure. So all y'all got the same father, your
No,
brother,
just
your
me, just me and my brother. My sister got a different father. Her father back home in the Honduras. My sister was technically, or my mother was technically already pregnant with my sister when she came to America. So my
okay.
mother came over here. She came across the border pregnant with my sister.
Hey, you said you from Honduras.
Yeah, I'm Honduran, but I was born, and me and my brother was born here.
That's crazy.
So right after my sister came, once my mother got here, a couple years later, my brother was born, then me. But my sister was the first one coming over in my mother's belly. My mother was real life pregnant, trying to make a better life for us.
That's crazy.
That's
My
how it
mother-
always
My
is.
mother came like that too. with
Yeah,
one of my
that's
sisters.
exactly, and that's
Crossed
another
the
thing that
border
make
with
it
a baby
different.
in.
Man, that's crazy. You know what's so crazy, man? I always thought you was El Salvadorian, man. That's
No,
crazy.
I
Hey.
am.
Oh, you are? Okay.
But I don't ever really,
So you Salvadoran and Honduran.
yeah. But I don't
That's
really,
crazy.
I don't
That's
ever really
it.
tell
Just
too,
like Nate.
Yeah.
I don't really tell too many people I'm Salvadoran because that's like my father. That's my father blood. That's what he is. I tell more people I'm Honduran because all my life I've been around my Honduran family.
So at this point, you don't really care about rebuilding a relationship with your dad.
I mean, I tried, but if he keep acting like the way he move, like he like, man, they gotta call me, then I'm cool for real.
That's like a pride thing.
For sure.
That's a pride thing. Where
For sure.
at the end of the day, nah. we
And
ain't
he
gonna
don't be
do
looking
that.
out for my brother and stuff like that too. So I don't even, cause I'm alright.
So your brother, do you care to talk about that? Like, how's your brother, man?
Man, he alright, but he got caught up in the streets, man, started doing drugs. Now he out there running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Not to say it like that, but he ain't got nothing. He ain't really striving towards nothing. He just running around trying to get to his next high. As much as that hurt me to say it, that's all he do.
Let me ask you this: have any of y'all family members try to help him out?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. My father took him out Virginia, but it's like my brother can't get right. He only gonna get right when he feel like it.
Absolutely.
So the first moment my father started to see that he won't really going by his program, he
You gotta
hurried
go. Yeah, gotta
hurry
go.
up and kick my brother out. But at the same time, my brother was trying to leave too. because he's so far away from his drugs that
sure.
it's eating him up to stay out there. So,
Damn.
but like me and my mother every day. Well, anytime I'm riding around 14th Street, that's probably where y'all most likely see him at. He be out 14th Street, so I be riding around trying to look for him sometimes because my mother be trying to talk to him. And the only way she can talk to him if I pull up on him and call her on my cell phone so she can talk to my brother and shit. But other than that, me and her be out there trying to give him food. You know, I just bought him some clothes and stuff for him to have because supposedly when he was in the shelter house, they came up there. Well, I ain't gonna say they came up in there. You know, the people in there plotted on him and took his stuff. I don't know whether he was asleep or wherever he was, but make a long story short, they stole all his stuff. And he was free balling the other day. He had no drawers on, he only had a pair of shorts. So the first thing I did was, when I went straight to, when I was at Walmart, I started looking for shorts for him. I got a pack of boxers, some tank tops, all that stuff for him. So at the end of the day, that's still my brother.
No question. Same mom, same pop. I want to say this, man, Video. Your growth, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man, your huge growth. I know you when you was small, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was being with Asha. Like man, he said you was a badass little boy, bro. You was just like a daredevil. Like, Video, you want to do this? Do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely was.
Like your growth. What did that growth come from, man? Like, what do you test that to, man? Like, what do you take that to?
I want to say, as when I first started getting locked up, like when I was getting locked up, I was still a little hard-headed. But like once they really started sitting me down, like when I went to New Beginnings, they had me do the little program. For anybody know what I'm talking about, they had me do a little program. I was out there I was only supposed to be out there for 6 months. But the first 3 months was cool. I made it to 1, 2. I got to level 3 with ease. By like the 4th and 5th jump, I started messing up. But at the same time, when I was down there, like I said, I started reading books. Some of the teachers that was in the school at the time was like they were taking a liking to me because I won't like everybody else.
Question.
Everybody else is going that junk all turned up the whole time. I go in there really to learn the whole time. What they was teaching me, I already had learned and deal. So the whole time I was down there, I basically was, how can I say, I was basically like the scholar of the class because everything they was teaching them, they was all duh. I was the only one like, oh no, this, that, this, that. And they be like, damn, how you know that? I be like, just because I'm locked up didn't mean I ain't learning in school the little bit of time I was in school.
I'm stupid.
Yeah, I mean, just because I'm talking all the time don't mean I ain't listening.
Facts. Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch out for people because some people like to talk and not listen. They can hear both of y'all talking, but they only taking in what they saying. They're not taking in what you're saying. So that's how it was with me. So with one of the ladies that was in, she was the English teacher. She got to taking a real liking to me. So she was like, you trying to read a book? I forgot what was the first book I picked up. I think the Twilight Zone. She was like, you want to read that? And I'm like, yeah. So as time went by, she started really going out her way and buying me the books. So I was always kept my head in the books, you know, learning my little words, whatever words I could. And like the whole time I was down, I was just watching how everybody was moving for real, you know what I'm saying? Because you seen people leave, come back. They wouldn't even be gone for a whole month. They really be gone for like no more than like 72 hours before they come back with a new charge.
72, damn.
So the whole time I was locked up for as a juvenile, I was trying to like, I was striving for my GED and stuff while I was down there. And then once when I got old and got locked up and got sent to the penitentiary, that's when I knew I had to tighten up. Cause I went in there, I got locked up going on 18, turning 19. So by the time I hit the pen, I was only like 20. So I basically missed my little prime 20 years. But no, I was just always just chilling cause I know like, you can't go to prison on no penitentiary prison. You can't go on no kid stuff. If you go on there on some kid, you gonna die. Somebody gonna try to kill you. You gonna get into endless fight. Cause you got going there on some man time. Cause everybody in there doing time, some type of time. Whether it's 20 years, life, 5, 6 months. Everybody doing got their own little program, and they're not gonna let you or some little scrawny little kid coming in and mess it up for them. So I already had to do like, I already knew like I had to grow up a little bit faster. Like I couldn't be in there trying to play all the time, not to say that I was on, but I went in there, I was reading my books, you know, listening, taking heed to the old head dudes that was in there. Cause I met a couple old head dudes from like VA, some New York dudes, especially, you know, I listen to them DC dudes all day. They still on the old slang, the Joe and all that. They use all that. I was just taking heed from everybody that was in it. You gotta learn from other people's mistakes before you make that mistake. Same way somebody got life, you might end up with life because you ain't paying attention, you ain't learning nothing.
Billy O, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say, bro, Billy O always been one of my favorite storytellers. I don't know what it is, man. He's gifted with being able to tell you a story, bro, and make you laugh while you at it. Man, I wonder why you never like wrote a book or something while you was locked up, bro. Like, cause you be having hella stories to talk about, bro.
I be wanted to. I ain't gonna lie. I done wanted to. I just don't know, cause let's just say I don't really got the fundamentals on how to write a book.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know a little. I don't even know nothing. I just know I can write. Like I can. If you give me a piece of paper right now or a journal or something, I know I can fill up that whole book just writing non-stop. But as far as trying to make a book, I don't really know too much.
I'm gonna say this, Billy. It's an easy thing to do, bro.
Don't
I'm not
limit
gonna lie.
yourself.
No, I know. I was
Billy.
always telling him, let's write a book. Let's write a
Yeah,
book.
he
Me
did.
and him.
When I
Me
was
and him.
locked up,
I was
man,
telling him let's make a book about us, but instead of using us, we use a whole different
Right.
characters and we switch the story. We didn't even really had to switch it up.
What's the names and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
just the name of the locations and stuff. But everybody gonna know.
fictionalize
Yeah.
what really, our life.
We're really happy. So that's real. Damn, why don't y'all do it?
That's what I'm saying. I forgot he had a man. His character was named Andre or Cash or Play. One of his characters was gonna be named Play. You know me, I was gonna go rock with Billy the whole time.
Yeah, that's
Or like
right
Chino, I was gonna take it back to
Yeah,
my old. I
Chino.
was gonna take it back
That's
to
his
my other-
original.
Yeah,
that's
my
the nickname your mom's gave.
Yeah, that's my original nickname.
Man, y'all get on it, bro.
Yeah.
You just write a short book type jump.
I even
start off.
we even kind of thought about writing a little movie too.
Yeah, like
We thought of doing it like a
a
little hood,
screenplay and
yeah, a
stuff
little
like
hood jump.
Marathon,
You
get
know,
on it, bro.
something to really just like, how do you say, express that what we come from. You know
Like
what
show
I'm
them some
saying?
real DC stuff, not
Yeah.
that they go where they in Virginia,
Yeah.
showing all these Virginia locations, but talking about this is in DC, that's in DC, but the whole time only thing they show in DC is the Capitol and the monument,
That ain't
and they go
DC.
about, yeah.
That ain't DC.
Yeah, like it don't really represent.
That's the
where we
government
come
official
from.
side. You got to come uptown.
Just like how the Wire and Charm City and stuff like that for Baltimore, it represented Baltimore.
Facts.
The
Yeah.
real Baltimore, right? You know, like we don't have enough of that in DC.
They
So
not,
that's where
I think
the
they do
ideas
got
come
they
from.
got one movie. They got like a movie or two that kind of show DC like for what it is, but it's like a old school jump, a nice little old school jump.
Mhm.
They showing you how the jail used to be and all that. They should showing us the jail and all that.
Hey, I want to mention this to you, like, but this is about Billy, bro, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this, bro, because I'm really curious. Like, for one, you know, I want to let everybody know that I'm grateful for this dude, man. He's one of the realest, one of the best friends you can have. Loyal as shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was incarcerated, when I got locked up, he was already doing his time, right? So he didn't get to meet my son when he was born. When my son was born, when he came home, my son was already like 3 or 4 years old, right? And he never met him. Like when I was already locked up, and he ended up meeting him. He ended up spending time around him, like Tutak mentioned earlier, bruh. Real life, going places with him, doing things with him, taking pictures with him, sending me pictures of him, all that type of stuff. And I'm telling y'all right now, that type of shit is not common. You know what I'm saying? So I commend him, and I'm gonna ask him a question after this, but I commend him for being, you know, a real friend like that, a loyal friend, and just, you know, being down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have somebody like that in your corner, don't never let them go and appreciate the shit out of them, because you don't get that too often. Now, that shows a person having a great heart. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people misjudge you by your actions and stuff like that. But I want you to talk about that, bro. Like, what makes you have that good heart to people? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a great heart, a heart of gold, bro. Some people might not know it, but you have a heart of gold. Talk about what makes you that way.
I guess for real, as I got older, as I started,
ain't no sentimental nigga.
as I got a little bit older, like once I went to like prison, I started changing.
Yeah.
Where I won't just straight off the top.
Yeah.
I had to sit down and think about stuff. Then at the same time, you don't know what nobody going through.
Of course.
You don't know what nobody going through. So at the same time, I learned as I was growing, as I was getting older, I was learning to be more respectful with people. I like to be like, thank you. please,
Mhm.
how you doing? Common courtesy, little things that people miss in the morning. Like, you never know, just by you telling somebody good morning in the morning, you can probably turn that person up, getting ready to go to work now.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, it's just, I don't know, it's somebody always got something going on. You will never know how you can help. Whether
sure.
if you just say hi, you probably can get somebody $1. And plus, you know, I don't ever look at it like this, but I know God gonna pay me back in some way, somehow,
No question.
for my good heart.
No question, bro.
I don't gotta be looking for, I don't never go with my intentions like, let me go help him. Cause
Come
I
and
know
get something back in
I'm
return.
gonna get something
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, you just
No,
do this
no.
shit with a pure heart.
Cause I done definitely did stuff for people out of my good heart, and I had to take that L. But that don't never really stop me from helping the next
That's
man.
right, yeah.
Sometimes it slows me down to be like, hold on, let me not try to
Yeah,
help
no
everybody.
question, man. No
But at the
question.
same time, I definitely always got a helping hand out for anybody
Yeah.
that falls and need a hand to get up every time.
Look, bro, I'm gonna give an example. Today, literally, we was texting earlier today, and I'm gonna just keep it like, how do you say it?
Confidential.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it confidential, right? Billy O got another friend. I don't really know him that well. Like, this is his friend, but he telling me like, hey, bro, you got some extra pairs of shoes. What size shoes you wear? This, and that. Basically, somebody ain't doing too good, right? And he's trying to help them, right? And he asked me what size shoes I wear 10. You know, I don't have the right size. But he's like, bro, if you could find somebody with this size, man, just to keep him at work and this, basically making sure that he doing what he's supposed to be doing. Don't worry about no shoes. We're gonna figure that out, right? And that, like, I was just sitting there thinking about it, like when he was texting me, like, damn, bro, like he really cared enough, bro. We like, you don't have, like, some people don't have to give a fuck about no shit like that.
Facts.
And he texting me, asking me, going out of his way to, you know, to help somebody, bro. When he don't really have to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. A good example of him having a good heart.
Facts.
And I told him, I said, bro, if you want to, bro, I just put up half on some shoes for him. Let's just buy him some shoes.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? On the strength of you, if you want to do that, bro. Giving blessings. I always say this, man. Be a blessing to people no matter how you can, right?
There's always a blessing in disguise. There's always
That's
blessings in
what he
disguise.
doing,
out
You know
here.
what I'm saying?
That's real
You
talk,
just
That's a
man.
real nigga right
Real
there.
talk.
You hear me?
Billy O, real one, man.
Yeah.
Billy O, man. That's why I say, man, don't judge the people while they're young, because, you know, when we're young, we're going to make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, we
But, like,
definitely-
people probably don't expect you to be the way you are now. Just your growth, you know what I'm saying? The things you're doing, elevating, working all the time, you know, all type of stuff, man. So that's why I say you can't give up on people, because, you know, a lot of bad kids, they really intelligent, bro. Really
I'm
super
already
duper
helped.
smart.
That's what they
you know
used to
what I'm
tell me in school. They used to be like,
Yeah.
they used to always tell me like, you got a lot of potential. We don't know why you use it.
Mm-hmm.
I just once I got into that little bad road, that's what was always my role in school.
It's misplaced energy.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? We put our energy into the right things, we thrive, we flourish.
Facts.
Put our energy into the wrong things,
Oh, yeah,
we
that-
go
we
all
definitely-
out. You know.
You
Gonna
go
be
all
all
bad.
out.
Yeah. For sure, though, Billy O. So, what's something you most proud of, Billy O?
Man, for real, it ain't. People probably won't look at it like nothing, but yeah, I've been home for 6 years,
Amen.
straight 6 years.
Man.
I'm talking about. I done had a little, you know, I done been pulled over, but as far as going back to jail, I ain't been back to jail in 6 years. I just been out here chilling, and I love how I grown up. I just don't be trying to get with everything. Just because you tell me it's money over here don't mean I gotta go over there.
Yeah, goddamn, man.
Money over there, everything that's good ain't, you know, everything ain't good.
With it say everything that glitter ain't
go.
good.
Just like they say,
Everything that good ain't go. Yes, sir. Yes,
salt
sir.
look like sugar too, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Facts.
I grown a lot. You know, I still be having my moments, you know, where I revert back to the old Chino and want to do stuff that way. But then again, I get to thinking like, nah, I can't. I can't go back to jail because that ain't where I'm trying to be at. I'm telling you, jail ain't where you trying to go to.
For nobody.
For real.
What's something that motivates you every day? Keeps you motivated, makes you want to keep doing better.
And, my mother, for real.
Family.
My brother. And for real, just trying to live a better life. All I've really known is always tight little spaces, from jail, from having to share rooms with my brother and stuff like that, my sister. One point, just being 3 people in the 1 bedroom, and then I got my cousin and my aunt and them sleeping in the living room. You know what I'm saying? So I was always being used to being bunched up Now I'm trying to get my own space, my own comfortable space where I ain't got to worry about my little cousin or anybody messing up my personal space. I'm gonna have my own. That's what it's all about, having your own. Don't go out here showing off the next man's stuff. Go out there and try to get that stuff so you can show your stuff and his stuff off.
Talk to him.
And then on top of that, if you go work out for your own stuff, you might upgrade and get something better than your man. Not to say that that's what you're trying to show off on him, but you want to do better.
That's it, for sure.
That
for
way
sure.
your man do better than that. You know, he might get something better than you.
Motivating each other.
Yeah, y'all gotta
Y'all just
motivate.
keep on doing that
Y'all
for each
gotta
other.
elevate with each other. Everything, life ain't no competition.
For
That's
sure.
where-
Talk to him,
that's what people
Bill.
forget.
Talk to him, Bill.
That's-
Yeah, talk to him, Bill.
If you pay attention to this generation, what they doing all day? They want first thing they gotta do is take a picture of everything, every outfit. Bro, if you don't gotta know everything you got on, bro, just wait till the day. that
Yeah, I like to wear my shit twice, bro.
Yeah, man.
Wait till the day.
On marathon, man.
Yeah, wait till the day you gotta throw on the fit, or like you ain't gotta show everybody how much money you got. Look at all the dudes that got shot for money, robbed for money, all that backdoor for money. You gotta
Easy
be
lick.
smart. Come on, man. Look at the white people. You think they out here flashing $500 million? No.
We
they-
back at it again. It's part 2. So Billy, continue to do what you was doing, man.
Yeah, man. Like you just gotta be smart about how you move now, cause you know everybody kind of losing their mind out here. You know, you got people shooting stuff up. You got the youngest want to shoot stuff up. It's like, bro, you haven't even lived life. You should know nothing about killing.
For sure.
You don't even know what comes with killing.
Shouldn't even be pressed to kill.
Yeah,
Don't be
sure.
me.
Don't be afraid to kill nobody.
I was pressed to do that shit. That shit ain't all that. It
Next you
ain't.
know, you're gonna be sitting in the jail at 16, about to do 40 years. You ain't, come on now. You wanna live your
Crazy.
life. Your best life is from teenage years to when you're almost about to be 30. That's your prime.
For sure,
That's
man.
when everything real.
For
That's
sure.
when that's when you should already start building your life
Talk to
what
him,
you want to be
Bill.
doing when
Yeah,
you hit
really,
that
yo.
30, 40 mark.
Yes, sir.
You know, I wasn't thinking like that, so I gotta build back up. But I'm getting there.
So, I'm gonna say this, man. You being bad early, right? It kind of helped you. Cause imagine if you was that way now, we wouldn't be talking to you right now. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all probably have to call me over the jail
Yeah,
phone.
no
Y'all
question.
probably calling off the jail phone.
Damn, bro. Like God is amazing, man. Like He could just transform anybody's life. That's why your story is never over.
But
Like Manny
it's
always say.
also what you put in. God ain't gonna do nothing for you if you ain't putting in no work. God gonna lay down the bricks for you, but you gonna have to build that house up yourself.
Talk to him, Bill.
Big
talk
talk,
to him.
big talk, big talk.
So,
Hey,
go ahead, man.
nah, I want to ask you because, like I said, man, me and this nigga, we used to just had the closest relationship when I was in prison, bro. I called him all the time and stuff. And I used to, like, I remember when I was going through my growing phases in there, I used to be on Billy O. Like, I used to, like, want him to do good out here. Like, I used to be on him and pressuring him, bro. Like, I want to know, like, do you remember anything, like, that I used to tell you, or, like, something that I might have taught you or gave you that you kind of, like, took and ran with it? Anything that you might have learned?
Shit, just the way you was carrying it, like I can already tell from me and him writing in conversation that Manny was changing too in there.
Big growth.
So if he changing, I gotta change, cause I can't be on no bullshit. Cause look how he move now. He ain't gonna let no dickhead be around him.
For sure.
Any crash dummy try to get around
For
him,
sure.
Manny gonna be the first one gone
I'm
before that
telling you.
crash dummy come around.
I'm telling you.
Fuck on, bro.
We got the real. We ain't fucking this shit up.
Yeah, he gotta be, and then on top of that, that's my man. I don't want to be bringing no bad energy around him, cause I want to be bad.
For
If
sure.
that's the case, I gotta go and chill with some other dickheads.
For sure, for sure. I
You know,
love
Manny,
that.
Manny always, I remember Manny used to talk to me and I'd tell him like, yeah, bro, I'm doing this. He always used to be happy for me, whether it was a little part-time job or if I got a quick $200-$300.
Yeah.
It was always good with him. We was always talking, you know. Then on top of that,
Trying to motivate him.
at the same time, that was one of the last times I seen Manny was on the street. So when I did my bid, them 4 years I ain't seen him. Then he got locked up. So that's 11 years me and him ain't see each other too. So once I came home, I had to wait the extra 2-3 years for him to drop.
What year you touched
I
down?
touched down at 16.
So nah, that was 5 years, damn near, almost 5
That's what I'm
years.
saying. But now, yeah, I came home at 16.
So
and I came home 21.
See,
that's crazy.
that's what I'm saying. That's like a whole lot
Listen,
of time.
y'all
man.
here
I
right
gotta
now.
shout my man out, man. He
Yeah,
made
man.
sure I had some fresh kicks on my feet
Oh,
when I
thank you.
turned
You
that.
see him, he ain't fat no more. He done slimmed
Cause
down.
I'm
Marathon Manny. He ain't Manny fat no more. You told me, no, I ain't Manny fat. I'm Marathon.
Marathon, man.
Yeah,
That's what he
yeah.
always
Keep
used
this
to
shit
tell me.
running.
He always used to tell me. So every time I call him, I be like, bro, you know, I don't mean to tell you what you're doing, because I know what you're
No
doing.
question,
It's
yeah.
jail. But he's definitely, man, I just came in from working out. Used to make me want to work, but I don't work out though.
Hey, look, this nigga they hit me with the, hey, bro, nah, for real, I'm serious. They called me, told me, yeah, I'm serious
Yeah.
this time, bro. What time you start working out? I'm like 8 o'clock. He told me, I'm be there, bro. I'm be there, bro. Hey,
That's like to be in jail.
nigga ain't showed up
That's
shit.
like to be in jail.
Real eat all
I was
day.
eating all day. I used to do this. I worked out one time, almost broke my face.
Hell no, I can't do this right. This ain't for me right now.
As soon as they say child time, I'm gone, y'all.
Pew.
My workout over.
Hey, that man got his own fork and everything.
I'm going in there. I'm about to go
He
eat.
got his own utensils and them motherfuckers.
Yeah. So Bill, man, if you could talk to your 12-year-old, I usually always ask people 13, your 12-year-old. So for Helio, you talk about 12-year-old for Helio. What would you tell him, man?
I tell him tighten up. Be like, man. I would have told him to read a lot of books. Told him to read a lot of books, because I came to realize when I went to jail, juvenile, and to that prison, that penitentiary, I love books, Slim. I love books. Believe it or not, you learn a lot of words in books. You ain't never seen that word, but your mind is so great that when you see that word that you heard, you actually know how to read it without even never seeing the word. And I can't spell that good, but I damn sure can read good. I sure can. Some of the words I've never seen before, I actually can say, because I done heard them plenty of times. And I probably done seen them a couple times, but never knew that word till I came across it myself.
No question. Let me ask you this. So are you still reading to this day now?
Not as much, because I don't really know what to read. I could read some of the books that I was reading in jail. Not the jail books. Like I was reading like James Patterson.
Yeah, okay.
Dang, what's the other dude? I was reading like a couple dudes' books. You know, like the whole. I was doing the whole Alex Cross series. I've read all the Twilight books. I did all the Harry Potter books. And I was always reading like, I'm into like science fiction, like that magic stuff and all that weird stuff. Yeah. That way I can imagine I don't have to be reading no gangster book and be like, dang, that ain't even real. How you gonna be driving on a motorcycle and busting 2 guns jumping through a window?
Hey, you gotta say this, man.
How you gonna steal the bike?
All that. So I used to like read like a fictional imagination book. That way I can get my mind to go somewhere else. I won't be in jail. I won't be in my room. I need another way to escape the reality I was in. So I use books a lot. That was always my thing, using books.
Your body locked down, but your mind free.
Yep, that's how it always was. And then when I used to read the books, I actually get caught sewed up in a book to when I'm reading.
Oh shit, hold up.
Yeah,
What's the next page? Hold up, let me get to that next chapter. Hold up.
And then sometimes you gotta stop and be like, dang, bro, his jaw like just went in.
Get to talking to your celly about it. Hey, bro, nah, this just happened, bro.
Yeah,
No, matter of fact, you gotta read
it
it.
yourself.
Yeah.
So this is a question for both of y'all before we wrap it up, man. How has jail helped both of y'all? So I'm gonna start with you, man. Then we'll go to Billy O.
Jails, I'm gonna
Slimmed him down. Slim fast.
Big boy, I ain't lying. You see
Slim
Manny fat?
fast.
We gonna do a before after picture. He's a big
Yes.
boy. I ain't lying.
Hey, look,
Big guy.
real handsome too, y'all. Hey, nah, but for real, one thing that, I think the biggest thing that jail did is help me become my own man, like grow into my own man. You know what I'm saying? Cause us growing up, you know what I'm saying, we was always around each other. It's always a group. You was never alone for real. At least for me. You know what I'm saying? I always had the homies with me and stuff. And, when I went to prison, I had to stand on my own. You know what I'm saying? So I had to become my own man, and I learned to become my own man and be comfortable with being my own man. And it's an amazing thing. Now, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest things. But I'm gonna keep it short, and then I'm gonna pass it on to my brother.
It helped me. Like I said, it slowed me down. It made me realize that I don't want to be in jail. I'm a family orientated man, so like me just being away from my mother after a certain amount of time, especially that time, I don't really like being too far from my mother, because I don't never know when something might happen to her, and I need to be in the area, because my mother, when I was locked up, my mother had an accident, and when I found out, it wasn't nothing but her. She had like a leg injury. it won't nothing. But my mother getting old, she can't be breaking her legs or nothing like that, or her arms and stuff. So jail made me be like, man, I ain't got time to be going to jail because I got people out here that need me.
No question.
Like for real, not to say like I'm getting a whole bunch of money, but it's people that need me mentally. You know what I'm saying? And physically here.
Yeah,
I can't do nothing from no jail because
No question.
everybody don't get it like how they try to make it seem in jail. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah. So before we wrap it, go ahead.
I'm about to give y'all a little sneak because my man Press.
Yeah, he
My
definitely.
man, he been itching around this. Come here,
He
Nate.
about to catch
I'm
on.
about to show y'all little Nate,
He about
man.
to catch
Nate
a
the
case.
Great.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
tell
he
him
already
what
prayed.
tell him what you say.
This is my son right here, y'all.
No, like
So
Tell him
y'all
what you
know,
say.
yeah.
What's the thing you gotta say?
If you're not on the
You gotta tell the
real,
camera.
Sounds
Say it to the
good.
camera. You
Yeah,
gotta
Speak
say it.
up.
if
Come
you're
here.
not on the
Get in the
real,
front. Go
Talk
ahead.
to him, Nick.
if you're not on the real, you're not real.
Just like that. Just like that.
What's your name?
Nick the Great.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Nick the Great. Hey, so look, before we get man, cause man, I ain't really talking to you, man. This shit was a prize, my brother. I ain't lying to you, man. Share some positive words for the youth, man. Like just some encouraging words, uplifting words. You know, share something.
They know you one of the real ones.
If you got a nice, strong little group of team out there with like us three right here,
Yes, Lord.
always remember teamwork make the dream work. You know what I'm saying? But if you like to move by yourself, that's cool. But always think before you act. Always
I'm
think.
gonna save you alive.
Cause one moment you can be here and the next moment you can be gone, whether it's dead or in jail.
Every day, man.
Every
Definitely
day,
forever
son.
present, man. Take
You
this shit
never know.
serious.
You don't never know who watching you. So you always gotta be. Keep that third eye open. Or always who's watching.
You on point. You know
Sure.
Because everybody recording, so you don't want to be out here doing those dumb stuff and people recording you, and next you know you all over Instagram. Next you know you in jail because Instagram police officers then bagged you. So watch yourself. Always think. Keep an eye open.
For sure. But look,
You on point.
there you have it, the real man. I appreciate you, Billy, on 110%,
No, real.
bro. Like,
You
God
already
damn,
know,
bro.
I had to come up on here, man.
No question,
They've
man. I
been
appreciate
supporting
it.
this shit from day one.
From day one, you supposed
It's
to
my
be-
biggest supporter
They
right
had,
there.
Sure.
they had everybody up on it. They had to put me up on here. You
Bullshit.
Oh,
Talk
Billy
about
Joe.
secure of the world, Craig.
Yeah.
Hey, we ain't even get into
I
that
just
one.
got off work. Look, I ain't
No
had the uniform on.
question.
in
No
here.
question. Hey, look, the real man. I'm telling you,
Yes,
special
sir.
guest. We gotta have him back, man, because he would just spit some
Like
gems.
Nate said, if you ain't on the real, you ain't
Real.
real.
There you go.
There you go.
Real.
If you're not on the real, you're not real.
There you go.
Bam.